at it. You know, he just flew in around the doors. And you could see a dog print, you know, alongside the window there. So it was, you know, obviously a dog.
Got a drum bag and everything.
Speak?
That's weird. Where do you think Captain Cook got his hand from?
Where?
From a secondhand store.
That's pretty funny.
Stupid.
So what's going on, everybody? That was a fun little intro. We will play another clip of that song. It's the famous Legend of the Dogman song. It's fucking good, man. It's so catchy. Like it part of the story is literally because this guy made that song, and then people are like, "I saw that thing too. I also saw the Dogman." And I think this song was made in like 1980, fucking 7 or 6 or some shit like that. And yeah, and they kind of made the whole story and legend a little more pronounced. That people started talking about it more.
Okay. That was
So
the song made it that way. Like, who sung that?
Some guy. I didn't look up his name. Maybe we'll talk about it. I can't remember.
Not famous. Made a song. Everybody heard it for some reason.
Well, it made the legend grow more, and then people started talking about it. So I went out to good old Spencer's, my favorite store. Check out that T-shirt.
Go talk to strangers.
And it's an alien. And then so I got some books for upcoming episodes that we're gonna eventually do. Check this out. Got the fucking Zodiac.
That's pretty cool.
That's gonna be dope. Also got this one. These are on pretty fucking cheap too, because eventually I want to get. You know how I have the Weatherman tattoo, right, from the Cage's symbol. Cage got it from this group. The how the Weather Underground beat the FBI and it lost the revolution. And also we might dive back into this, but I also bought, just in case, Nazis and the Occult. That one's going to be good because I've actually heard about this book by Paul Rowland. So this one will be pretty fucking good. So we'll eventually, maybe we'll dive back into Nazi folklore because there's so much bullshit to do with the fucking Nazis.
Yeah, I can only imagine that shit spreads like wildfire too.
Oh, yeah,
like
I know.
anything that has anything to do with Nazis, people are like,
don't talk about wildfires right now. BC is doing bad right now because people are lighting wildfires.
Where do you know where those wildfires are, Tom?
No idea.
They're like right around where your mom's living right now.
What, North Bay?
Yeah. They're just north
Oh,
of
shit.
that. Yeah.
I thought they were in BC.
No, they're in northern Ontario right now.
Now they're spreading, but I thought they're in BC too.
These big ones. Yeah, well, BC fires have been going on for like 5 fucking months. These ones that everyone's concerned about right now are all the North Ontario fires that are happening.
But it's so cold out there.
It's called like Fire 47 and 51. Not in the fucking summertime, you idiot.
Holy shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I got some Conor McGregor whiskey going, and I also have a Milwaukee just in case I need to get a little drunker.
I'm drinking beer, and forgive me, last night my brother needed me to fucking watch his kids and fuck me. His 2-year-old is not happy. He's having another kid right now, and they just got home from the hospital, but the mom was in. My sister-in-law was in the hospital for 3 days with her. So the 2-year-old was super fucking pissed off about that.
Did it try to drown the baby?
And because of COVID, he can't even go see her. So it's fucked. So Danny's not allowed to bring his kids into the hospital. So I needed to go over there and watch him with a 2-year-old that hasn't seen his mom in 3 days. And he put up a fight. And really? I'm fucking tired.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, I won. I
beat him with words.
Motherfucker doesn't even know English yet.
Alrighty then. So what makes the urban legend of the Michigan Dogman so compelling? It's that it's maybe plausible. Maybe these terrifying beasts. What? Because werewolves exist, bro.
I was going to say, I think that it's a dog, and that makes it more interesting.
Well, we will get into it. So these terrifying beasts have had far more sightings than Bigfoot, supposedly, who is practically the poster creature for cryptozoology. He literally is. Like,
well, it's because nothing like him's ever existed, right?
Chelsea just wanted to get out of Spencer's. It was so cramped and shit, but I just kept looking at all these t-shirts because I had all these t-shirts like this, like an alien, don't talk to strangers. They let summon something, and then it was like these kids doing a fucking seance and shit.
I've seen it there.
They have a bunch of good ones, so I'm just like distracted. Then you go back to, and when you go to Spencer's, it's like half like Hot Topic where you got like teenage style t-shirts and like t-shirts that have bands on them and fucking rappers and all that shit and weird strange things. That's why I like it. And then you go to the back of Spencer's and it's a bunch of dildos.
Yeah, that's I was actually looking at that too. And I just can't imagine they're high quality dildos.
No, and it's just like that kids go in there, right? Because it's like there's fun stuff for kids and t-shirts and shit. And then the kids like
just a sex shop on the other end.
At the back. Mommy, why is that woman dressed in lingerie? What are these ropes for? What are these ropes for? Are these for playtime? Like, it's fucking weird. So, sure, there's talk.
That, I've even seen stuff at Spencer's that I'm like that. Like,
I know.
Like, I'm not. That's a little too much for me. Like, I'm open to almost everything. But I
even said that in Chelsea. There's like these ropes and shit, and I was like, "You want to get kinky tonight?" She's like, "We don't have bedposts anymore. We used to." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "I'll tie you to the window or something."
Tie you to the fucking furnace, bitch. Stay down there.
Like it. Is that from that movie with Samuel L. Jackson where the chick's Black Snake Moan? Yeah, that's what it's from. Where she's like tied to the fucking furnace and shit. Christina Ricci. Never seen that?
No, I don't think so. It's called Black Snake Moan.
Yeah, sexy,
no,
Sure, there's talk of supernatural origins, but there are also more realistic animal-based theories for this creature's existence as well. Dogman sightings had began in one area, then spread with descriptions varying slightly, but the core characteristics remain intact. As to be expected with any growing migrating evolutionary species, because that's what it may be in some sense. It might just be some creature, right? That came out of the woodwork somehow or got evolved somehow, but who knows? But the Dogman sightings typically occur in standard sightings or settings one would expect for all creepy stories. Deep in the woods, logging cabins, and even more frequently out on a desolate roads at night is where he's most likely found. And I found we watched last night this movie. You might dig it. It's kind of funny. It's satire bullshit, but it's on Netflix. It's called Final Girls, where it's like kind of making fun of that like slasher film trope movies that they have. And there's some they're like Adam Devine's in it or whatever his name is. And there's a couple of funny people, but it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't bad for a horror comedy. So check that out if you haven't.
Isn't all horror movies kind of horror comedy?
Slasher films are. Because you can laugh at it. You can
pretty
just
sad.
like, you know, he's like when Jason like beats the chick against the fucking tree with the fucking sleeping bag. Shit like that. Like, it's kind of funny. Because even when we're kids, when you're watching those slasher films, a lot of times when you're like 10, 11 years old, you're like laughing about half the shit that they're doing because it's so unrealistic. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
So
the Bag had a lot of rocks in it.
I know. So the mythical beast of the backwoods folklore went mainstream in 1987 after the release of the song "The Legend," written by Traverse City radio DJ Steve Cook. So we'll just hear a clip of this, but it will be played at the end of the episode because I don't think Steve Cook gives a shit.
I'm sure he won't care that much.
A cool summer morning in early June.
Check it out, so catchy.
The legend began. Nameless logging camp in Wexford County, where the Manistee River ran. 11 lumberjacks near the Garland Swamp found an animal they thought was a dog. In a playful move, they chased it around till it ran inside a hollow log.
Check it out.
A logger named Johnson grabbed him a stick, poked around.
It sounds like fucking Bloodhound Gang.
Then the thing let out an unearthly scream and came out. And stood upright. None of those men ever said very much about whatever happened then. They just packed up their belongings and left that night, were never heard from again. It was 10 years later in 97 when a farmer near Buckley was found. Slumped over his plow, his heart had stopped. There were dog tracks all around. 7 years past the turn of the century, they say a crazy old widow had a dream of dogs that circled her house at night. They walked like men and screamed.
I want you to.
Is that catchy, man?
Whoa! Why can't I hear me?
What?
I hear me through. Okay, now it's gone.
Is that fucking catchy?
You like that? Go listen to A Lap Dance Is So Much Better When the Stripper's Crying. It's the same fucking song.
Really? That's
Pretty
hilarious. I just I listened to that song like 5 times today, and it's just. Oh yeah, I know what song you're talking about. Yeah.
So me and Daisy do cut off a pair of Jordy short shorts when she gets into my plow, and I offer to plow her.
If people don't know, if you've ever, Bloodhound Gang is the one that sang, what's the actual song title? You and me, baby, ain't nothing but men.
Fuck.
That's gonna bug me. But Billy, when we were like first met, he could recite like every Bloodhound Gang song. Fucking crazy. I think it's catchy. I think it's a weird song.
Bad Touch.
Oh, Bad Touch. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I literally searched it before it came up. I remembered. I was like, fuck.
I remember like I made Billy like do the entire fucking song like to a T, and he could.
Got a lot of those.
That's what we used to do back in the day. Just fucking make Billy recite fucking lyrics. But like, I found the song.
I got my roommate here, and we were out driving the other day, and like every song that comes on the radio, whatever he puts on the phone, I'm like, I've absorbed so many fucking lyrics from so many different bands. He's like looking at me about like an hour and a half into this drive. He's like, you know way too much fucking music. Like, go learn something else, because like I know that's all your brain's full of. Right
I know. I've had people tell me that too, where it's just like, man, can you recite the whole lyrics to the song? And I'm like, yeah, of course, it's Necro. And it's just like, I just know every single lyric. And it's just like, yeah, we're obsessed with fucking music. But I found that song catchy. Like, I get why people would be more interested in, like, if you heard that 1987 on the radio, you'd be like, driving through the woods in the middle of the night, you'd be like, holy shit, there's the Dogman. And you're like,
oh, I wonder if that's where Bloodhound Gang got it from. Bloodhound Gang's early 90s.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
Early 90s, like early 90s.
Early 90s into late 90s. Like when they first got popular was later 90s, early 2000s.
That's right.
Yeah. So they could have heard this and thought it was funny, because it seems like they took inspiration from a bunch of strange things.
Bloodhound Gang was actually formed in 88.
What?
Still could have taken it from it, but yeah. That's
interesting. Crazy. Well, the time they got bigger, right, and started developing songs and stuff like that. That's fucking funny. So obviously, like, this is what kind of made it a little more famous. Was this guy obviously he created the song, and he was a radio DJ, and then he obviously played on the radio stations. So Crook pulled the lyrics from Dogman Encounters, and soon more people reported their sightings. But what these witnesses are actually seeing, what are they actually seeing? Is it mass hysteria, or is it a real creature? We will explore the history of this cryptid and its various encounters.
You know what? There's got to be a wolf out there that stepped on a heroin syringe once. That just it's just different now. It's a different kind of thought.
Well, I had we're having Anton once in a while, and we'll probably do a gangbang with all three of us. But he was talking about dire wolves. And how, like, Chernobyl, we're talking about Chernobyl, about like the end of the world scenarios, and how Chernobyl, when they dropped that bomb, how supposedly there's stories of these dire wolves, which are giant wolves that got mutated. They're all like rabied out and fucking creepy looking, but they somehow got larger than a normal natural wolf, which would be fucking scary.
Well, like, yeah, like, what do you mean larger? Like, are you talking like it's now like 10 feet tall? Or are you talking like
to my shoulder?
It's like 2 feet.
Fuck you. But it's like a you know it could be 10 feet standing up on its hind legs.
That'd be fucked, man.
Imagine like a wolf that's the size of the Doberman. Like, imagine that.
Wolf size. Wolves can get pretty big like that. Like, just naturally. Natural wolves are pretty damn close to that. Yeah.
What's those giant dogs?
Yeah, you're talking about Yeah, Saint Bernards are Newfies.
Oh yeah, those fucking huge dogs are fucking crazy.
Newfies are huge,
and they're so big too. They're like reach your shoulder and shit. Fuck.
I actually I just walked into a house the other day that had 2 Newfies. Both of them were probably like standing. Their back, the tops of their back.
Were they drinking Screech?
They're probably like 4.5 feet tall, 4.5 to like 5 feet, like tall. I was like,
were they drunk and babbling on about how Canada is fucking shitty?
But they're fucking made up language.
Yeah, I know. So it was 1887 in Wexford county when the first known Dogman encounter was documented. 2 lumberjacks were out in the woods when they spotted a creature they described as having the body of a man and the head of a dog. Do you still get him to lick the peanut butter off though?
Are you?
If it's a girl?
I was gonna say if you're gay.
If it's a girl, man, I feel like there's a lot of videos.
If it's a girl dog,
girls doing that. No, girls doing that.
Oh,
spreading the spatula. You know what I mean?
What if the dog man was actually a womb dog?
That's lesbian. Let's be honest. Yeah, so other sightings began to trickle throughout the upper peninsula of Michigan, and locals found dog tracks in the dirt all around several dead horses who died of fright. How do you think they found out that they died of fright?
Because nothing else makes sense. It couldn't have been my lack of care to them. I fed them like once a month. Those fuckers were good.
That's where Billy gets the name Horsecock Billy from.
From dead horses.
Tends to horses all day long and then doesn't really treat him properly because he's too busy fucking the farmer's wife.
It's a good, that works okay. How hot is she? Is she good
looking? The farmer's daughter is always hot. That's why you want to fuck her. And then he comes in the room with a shotgun and then you got to run naked in the woods.
Wife. That's why I was curious how hot she was.
Oh, the farmer's wife. No, she's ugly as fuck. She's fat.
Yeah, but then how is the daughter hot? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. It always does that.
It always is that way, isn't it? Yeah.
Back in 1938, a 17-year-old named Robert Fortney claimed that while he was staying near Muskin River in Paris, Michigan, this is what also because I think that Anton is in Michigan. Think he is, and he says I was like, oh yeah, because I was talking about I was gonna go to the protests, the freedom rally, but it started pouring the fucking rain out. So yeah, I wanted to go.
It rains, so you don't care about protesting then, right?
No, I don't have an umbrella, bro. I can't afford an umbrella, man, on the taxes that Trudeau's making me pay. But Toronto had a pretty good turnout. I saw.
Toronto had rain actually stop you from going out. You're the worst.
I got other stuff to do. I had to pick up books, man, because I got to get intellectual.
Oh my god.
So, okay. But I was making fun of how Canada has all these towns that, British people, fucking UK, England people just came over and were like, hello, or French people, let's name it Paris. Let's name it London. They just took names from fucking, overseas and was like, this is now London 0.20. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is in Michigan, and he was saying that in Michigan's kind of the same way because this is in Muskin River in Paris, Michigan, and we have a Paris, Ontario. So he was confronted by a massive black dog, and Robert didn't report his encounter until he was until 49 years later. He swore the beast reared up on its hind legs and stared at him. Down, and it stared at him and had piercing blue eyes. Which maybe it's a fucking werewolf, man.
What made him so special?
And he's like, I like young boys. He's like, goes out to the woods. But at the same time, do dogs have colored eyes like blue and shit? Because I feel like that'd be creepy, man. It's like a dog with fucking piercing blue eyes.
1 second.
See the way his dog.
No, they're fucking brown.
They're brown, right?
No, they're all blue. Every single one of them. But
What?
when they were born, they were every single one of them were blue. But I grabbed one random one, and that guy is now black. So
I thought that most dogs' eyes
through
are.
every single one of them. But
that make you tired?
Yeah, I ran. I'm tired. Spotch's eyes are hazel.
I thought most dogs were brown-eyed.
Every single one of Chloe's puppies' eyes were blue when they were born. But baby, remember that fun fact? Every newborn animal whatsoever has blue eyes.
It's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So
I really wanted to show you, but now I'm tired and I didn't even get to show you.
Terrified, he shot at the creature and it quickly fled. And then good for Robert, 17-year-old having a gun. Good job. You know what you're doing, bud. And Robert
Why was that good for him?
At least he can protect himself, man. Unlike fucking Canadians.
Protect yourself from what?
The government.
How is a gun gonna protect you?
It's gonna be because I'm not gonna say it because we'll get canceled. So
you can't do shit with a gun anymore. You can't.
I can't do shit in general, man. I just keep getting banned from everything. So Robert remained chilled by the event for years to come, later stating, "It may be that I was just scared, but I swear the dog was smiling at me." Creepy,
You know what would be funny if that was true and like it was an actual dog? When dogs smile, that means they're nervous.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm nervous around a 17-year-old boy.
What's going on?
I'm scared of the 17.
Are you gonna love me, or are you gonna just shoot me, or what's going on here?
Or it's like, are you gonna take sexual advantage of me and then take me to court and then Cosby me?
The dog?
Hot topic. Because the kid's 17.
Oh, the kid's got some dilk.
Oh, I guess it would be more or less Kevin Spacey him, because Kevin Spacey liked the young boys.
You didn't like that, did you?
What?
Said the kid's out for some dilk. Dog milk.
Ew. All right. A memorable Dogman account came from a 13-year-old girl named Courtney, who lived in Reed City, Michigan back in 1993. So, like, she's probably still alive. She decided to, it gets more recent, trust me. She decided to sneak out for a cigarette behind her house one winter. She got the scare of her life. Courtney claimed it was just a glint of light seeping out from the planks of an old abandoned barn. And this barn was like shot to shit. It was falling apart. It was in the back of their property. So she's just having a cigarette, which would be like, man, I used to do that. Like that. I've told me and Walter, but I used to smoke and I used to think everything was a UFO. I look up in the sky and be like, oh, it's a UFO. It's probably a satellite. I was just always freaking out about like, oh, they're watching me, man. The aliens are watching me.
You know what you're going to enjoy?
What?
Just yesterday I was at the bar.
Yeah.
And
where'd you go?
Well, I went to BP. Just to go pick up Isabel. Well, Isabel works there now.
What? I thought she was working.
She works at the BP I worked at. No.
Oh, so she got her vaccination for no reason?
Well, she still kind of works there.
Anyways, she's like part-time. Yeah,
part-time both. But one of the bartenders there, it's like, I swear to God, I'm not going crazy, but look up. And I swear to fuck, I was out for like 2 smokes that evening, and both times were like, they were not planes. They were like, they were going extremely quickly, almost stopping, going down, going forward, going down. And
what
then
the fuck?
Every single one of them just went behind the Walmart that was behind BP.
So you saw a UFO technically?
Like 6 of them.
That's fucked, man. They're coming out of the woodwork. They're trying to come out, man.
Like this, and I'm like, planes do not fly that fucking
No. It would be a danger. It would be like because they try to say, because they know, like, hey, buddy, I'm over here on this, blah, 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 and they tell each other how far away they are from each other.
And they don't even fly like that close. Like they don't push it.
That's fucked, man. For all your skepticism, you saw a UFO, dude.
Oh, I never said skepticism on that.
Yeah, I guess.
I never fucking said aliens couldn't be real.
All right. But that's fucked, dude. That's fucking. That's crazy. You saw that shit. Sick. I want to see some.
Actually, it was not like, and again, like, who knows? Like, I don't know what level of drones they have anymore. Like, I don't know what the fuck I saw. I just saw something that I didn't know what the fuck it was.
So this chick, so she sees like a glimpse of light seeping from the planks of the old barn. This barn, she's having a smoke, trying to sneak it because she's young, probably, and just wants to have a cigarette. So her parents knows. So she followed its movement of this lights. And slowly it dawned on her that something was there. Yeah, she's smoking cigarettes when she's 5. She's like boss baby, like
2.
As her eyes, yeah, as her eyes tried to make sense of what she was seeing. After a few minutes, she realized there was a 6-foot-tall thing hiding in the barn and had the head of a dog and was staring right back at her. I'm sorry. I see you, baby.
What if it was?
I see you, baby. Smoking that cigarette. Yeah, I know. It could have been, but they always say it's up on its hind legs. So
the doggy's begging for a treat. He's sitting pretty, and he's just like, nobody's giving me.
Either way, it's fucking scary. Like I remember Joe Rogan had that story about seeing a mountain lion, and his dog went missing. It's a story about his dog going missing when he was in Colorado, I think it was, and he's like outside smoking like a joint or a cigar or something, and he sees this creature emerging from the woods. He's like, "What the fuck is that?" And then he like starts looking, and he sees the tail on it. Realizes it's a fucking mountain lion, and he's like, "My dog never came back. That mountain lion ate my fucking dog." And he's like, "That's why I got out of Colorado." Is that fun? Imagine just seeing that shit. And you're like, "Oh fuck." And he's like, I literally sat there in my seat and shit myself a little because because if it ran up on you, if it saw you, you would be fucked because they're looking for food.
Yeah.
So obviously she fucking ran off terrified. Later, her neighbor confirmed that they saw the creature too out by the barn. So in their description of the Michigan Dogman varied over the years, but they actually said the same shit she said. So if it exists, it's not a lone wolf. There's more of its kind because it seems like people are seeing it in different locations. So these creatures are usually described as having glowing amber or icy blue eyes, the head of a dog with vicious fangs, and a human torso. So that's creepy as fuck.
That's weird that they always say on hind legs, but like it's actually just standing up. Like it would be a human just standing up. So that's a weird like terminology for. It's
some pervert that just likes. He's a furry. He's a fucking furry, and he's hiding in the woods. There's a new show on Netflix. Me and Chelsea have been watching. It's called Sexy Beasts because when we drink, we like watching reality shit, and it's a dating show. I think you probably find it funny, and so you don't see the person's appearance. They can wear like a monkey face or like a mouse face, and it's all like really good makeup. But you have to judge them based on their personality, and then the girl or guy gets to pick who they like more. But there is this whole thing with the furry community. There's this guy like being like, I like girls that smoke cigarettes, and he's like in his backyard just like. But like
I like
also
watching that drag.
It's a creepy. It's almost like the same aspect of Sleepaway Camp. And if you've never seen it, check it out, Billy. Sleepaway Camp is actually free on that free movie or that app that you can get for free movies and shit. Not the fuck. I gotta think of what it's called because it's a fucked up horror movie. And at the end, it's like a tranny killer. It's really fucked up.
Yeah, you've shown me Sleepaway Camp before.
Yeah, Sleepaway Camp's fucking trippy. So they are fast and allegedly have a horrible scream like howl. Give me your best scream like howl.
A scream howl?
Yeah.
You should get one of the fucking puppies. That's all they do.
Ah! If I heard that in the woods, I would shit myself. According to local legend, the Dogman appears in 10-year cycles, almost like where it's every 17 years, and it comes back and makes the children pop balloons and stuff.
Oh, so, it was in my fucking grade school class. We were really mean to people.
Don't tell me it was someone who, never mind.
No, it wasn't a transgender. Is that what you're saying? No, it's just a girl that everybody deemed as ugly, and we called her it.
We made fun of this one girl I remember in elementary school. We were bad too. She was wearing the exact same Exco jeans because it was a ripoff from Walmart of Echo. And now Echo is now sold at Walmart, so it's kind of funny. But it was like, you remember those Exco clothing? It was like such a ripoff of Echo. So I was wearing
gonna give it to you clothing.
Kind of. It's called Exco's ripoff of Echo, and this chick was wearing the exact same jeans that I was, and we all made. And this is like grade 3 or 4, and me and Austin Trevena and some other people all made fun of her and was like, "Yo, you're wearing fucking man jeans. You're wearing boy jeans." And we like so bad. Don't make fun of everybody. Just let them be themselves. Honestly.
Yeah, but I don't think any grade 3s are listening to this, and if you are, like, where the fuck are your parents?
Yeah, I know.
You should not be listening to us.
So, but early sightings of the cryptid were reported throughout Michigan and soon spread to Wisconsin. That's where good old Geen came from, and Dahmer. Dahmer was from Wisconsin. A lot of weird shit happens there. So, and now. I know, of course. So alleged sightings of this occurred often, all throughout different locations. And the famous Dogman OnStar attack occurred in Troy, Michigan, back in 2006. A man was driving down the road when suddenly what he described as a giant big dog that was standing upright appeared before him.
Yeah, but nobody's talking about the human body. They're just saying big dog standing. I don't like that.
I know. So he instinctively swerved to miss the creature and ended up running off the road, flipping the vehicle over on his fucking side, which is scary. He and his passenger, which sounds like his wife, because we're going to play the clip, were not injured, but were able to get assistance through OnStar. But it's kind of weird because the OnStar recording... Yes, it's spread like wildfire on the internet because...
let's see. I'm curious.
It's fucked up. So check this out. I won't be able to hear it because it's not going through my shit. So
I'll tell you.
OnStar emergency. This is Kyle speaking. How can I help you? Hello?
Something just ran in front of us on the road. We're in the ditch. We rolled over.
How many people are in the car, and is anyone injured?
There's 2 of us. I don't think we have any injuries.
Is the car on its top or wheels or what?
No, it's kind of sitting on its side.
Hold one moment, please, while I contact emergency services.
Okay.
Okay, the state police should be on their way in a few minutes. Is everyone still okay?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
What ran in front of you? A deer?
I don't know what the hell it was, but it was big. It looked like a great big dog. Standing up.
Was it a bear, maybe?
Maybe. Oh, my God.
Sir?
Oh, fucking damn.
Hello? Are you still there?
Sir, are you there?
Yeah, what's
Sir, are you there, sir? It's just like, he's like, I would be more panicky if I was the OnStar fucking guy. I'd be like, oh, sir, are you there? Are you there? Please tell me you're there.
He was laughing. He's like, I don't fucking know what that was. But
and then all of a sudden,
I like how his first initial, he's like, you think it was a bear? And he's like, you know what, maybe. And then, yeah, sure.
They're all freaking. That's fucking, it's creepy. So it spread like wildfire on the internet. And it's it's strange, weird shit that they saw this and that they even got this recording. And I don't think it's faked. Like there's the idea of like, you remember when we did that,
right? You always got to be open to that.
When we talked about the Area 51 events and stuff like that, and how there's that famous Area 51 recording of the guy being like, you need to get to a safe place because they're going to kill us all. And like people think that's faked. But this one just seems more legit because it supposedly was taken right from OnStar. Yeah. So it's fucking weird, man.
Maybe OnStar's in on it. Right. Don't tell nobody about what we're actually doing. Let them think about big dogs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like listening to everyone's conversation and be like, we love when they go to Lover's Point in Wisconsin. And when we hear that, we literally broadcast it to every OnStar employee, and they all get off at the same time.
And we have video that the camera comes out of your dash and just
overlooks you. So in the fall of 1986, near Manistee, Michigan, Ray Greenway was driving home.
2006 to 1986. I thought we were going in order here.
Definitely not.
No,
definitely not.
All right.
So,
carry on.
Maybe I backwards the research a little bit, but let's just go back in time. So in the fall of 1986, near Manistee, Michigan, Ray Greenway was driving home from Manistee Army, that's how I'm going to pronounce it, but Army recruiting station late one night when he noticed something was off in the darkened field beside him. His headlights were reflecting off what appeared to be eyes that weren't too high off the ground to be a deer. So he's like, oh, it could be a deer. Like, it's just, and that's what you got to watch for, especially like even Chelsea, because where you are, how I take the back roads to get to your place, especially when I start coming there near September, October.
Yeah, you got
I'll have to watch it because looking for those eyes is the best clue because they can just run the fuck out and you could be fucked.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I
don't
mean?
play your music. Just actually pay attention. You'll be fine.
I know. Yes, especially if we're coming later and stuff, because who knows, right? You know what? Like all of a sudden, like Tom was supposed to show up, but like
between Glen Morris and Cambridge is where Danny had a deer.
Oh, I thought, I remember you telling me that shit. You have to like just stay on I'll call you and stay on the phone with me the whole fucking 20 minutes. And this is like,
doing that.
Are you okay?
You're a grown ass man. Don't hit a fucking deer.
Well, it's not my fault if they run on the road and I just gotta hit him. I'm gonna pull a Tom Green. I'm gonna pull a Tom Green. I'm gonna cut it open and then wear it and fucking. You've seen Freddy Got Fingered, right?
Yeah.
Picks up the dead deer. So suddenly the unidentifiable creature began to run towards him and made an incredible leap across 2 lanes. This sounds extremely familiar to the Boggy Creek monster that stepped like 2 fucking feet across the highway. You remember that? He like did like 2 jumps and you wanted to prove it. So I told you to go film it and you never did, but you said you did it, but didn't film it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The 2-step highway jump. So this creature did the same shit.
It was 2 lanes, 2 steps. I got tape on my fingers. I'm playing with tapes right now.
Jesus fuck, man.
Yeah, 2 lanes.
2 steps.
2 steps. Or no, was it 2 lanes, 3 steps?
Something like that. It was a big leap. So this creature did the same fucking shit. So it leaped clear across 2-lane road. There is no animal that it could be. I knew this was not a deer. Ray later recalled. He wanted to describe its yellowy eyes and impossible leaping ability. I do remember that I saw both eyes as if it was looking at me the whole time. That, along with the leaping ability, is what I will never forget.
Yeah.
God damn it, why do I always spill beer on my fucking self?
Because you're a klutz.
While driving on an isolated road in Lansing, Michigan area back in May of 2006, which is weird. So they say it happens every, every fucking...
We were in 2000... We were in 1997, then we were in 2006, and we were in 87. Now we're back in 2006.
Yes, we are back. Okay, so
same year. Okay.
So I think they said how it occurs every certain amount, every 10 years or something like that. So now you have 2 sightings in 2006, which is creepy of where they get that whole idea of how it could happen. So it's like every 10 years because this guy's like, I see it too. So a man named Ron Slowed.
Yeah,
Ron Slow.
That's disgusting.
For what he thought was a deer, all of a sudden a human-like hand, expected much larger than a man's hand. Like there's some like LeBron James, fucking Michael Jordan hands, reached over the side of the hill, and the silhouette came into view. What came out of the darkened hillside was a massive man with a wolf-like face.
Damn.
It's fucking creepy. Either way, the real or not or whatever. If this is fucking creepy, it was much larger than normal, like a normal man, and it had a wolf-like face. Its eyes reflected in my headlights, and it just sat there, looked across the field on the other side of the road. Then it just very calmly turned its head and looked right at me.
That's
which is also fucking
probably because he's got his lights it's fucking shining on him.
But either way, if it's a dog or some sort of animal, right?
Yeah.
That their senses, it's more of like they look very quickly because that's how they react to things and to predators and stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's intelligent or that's human-like, it would slowly just like sense you and then look at you, which is a lot creepier for fucking sure.
Sorry. Hey, well, I coughed and already ruined it anyway. Do you have stories from that aren't like exactly the same thing?
They're all the same.
Okay. I'm like, because everything that you've said so far has all been like identical to the previous story.
That's
so
what it is. It's all about sightings.
I was like, maybe do one or two more and just start listing the sightings after that,
No,
because you're saying the same thing every time.
He sat frozen in fear until it began moving down the hill. Then Rod sped away before he could make it any closer. I hit the gas and flew past it when I got to the stop sign. I stopped and looked in the rearview mirror. It was sitting in the middle of the fucking road, just looking at my car. He bolted again, and this time didn't look back. Fucking scary, man. All these events, either way, real or not, if someone thinks they experienced it,
it would be crazy. Absolutely.
That's why I always bring up like the shadow people shit, and like I might do a TikTok video about it because my boy Adam from Hamilton's been doing stuff about psychic stuff, and that him and his buddy did mushrooms, and they both were thinking, which I would love to do, and I know your opinion, but I would love to do mushrooms with you and see if we could just sit there and be like, what am I thinking? And then just like look at each other and see if we get psychically ability. Just
that'd be pretty cool. That would never happen.
Buddy.
You're a little.
Him and his buddy. He said him and his buddy fucking did it, and mushrooms are a gateway to open up frequencies. I believe that 100%. So it could happen.
Maybe.
It could happen.
I guess maybe.
So Rwanda, of the 3 lakes in Michigan, had a dogman encounter.
I thought you were going to say in Rwanda.
In the fall of 2009. 2009,
more
bro.
recent. Okay, that's not even 10 years in. That's like 3 years past the last one.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. So she was traveling on US 41M. I don't know what that is, like a highway.
Yeah,
with her
one
son.
of your highways.
When the beast ran across the highway near to Tioga Creek, we were Tioga. Yes, you are right. I'm retarded. We were very puzzled. Oh, I guess it's a woman. We were very puzzled and thought it might be some mutant wolf. And we could not figure out what we witnessed. It ran fairly fast, about 20 feet in front of our truck. It was so strange because the front of it was much higher than the back, larger than a wolf, she claimed. She never heard of the Dogman until after this incident. After reading the description and the stories online, she was able to confirm for herself that the creature she encountered was the goddamn Dogman.
Fucking Dogman. Why is he always coming out on highways? Why can't he go like in people's closets like Richie or something and just keep it low key? Stop fucking running out on highways. That's dangerous. You're
in your closet and like your kid's like, the boogeyman came to see me, and I just like,
I ain't the boogeyman, bitch.
At first, Chuck thought he spotted a moose as it approached on the road of Boggan County. The world was a bit foggy and dewy this morning in 2011, but he knew he saw some movement just off the edge of the road in the woods. He spotted at the intersection and waited, watched. Nothing happened, so he began to move. As soon as he picked up speed, the creature reemerged. Immediately, this animal ran out in front of the woods, in front of my car, and it jumped across the road on the south side. I mean, it took like 3 strides and was gone, and it almost vanished through like an invisible wall, which would be fucking scary.
It was Harry Potter.
You see this thing jump across the road, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's just like you don't see its body or anything anymore. It just disappears.
Was it? You said it was nighttime though, right?
Yeah. But like Juan talks about this stuff too. Is how I'm not sold on it yet, and I told him that because we just talked about this, how Bigfoot, he thinks might be an interdimensional creature. So Bigfoot can kind of correspond with our reality with others at the same time. I don't know if I'm sold on that yet, but that Bigfoot seems to appear and then disappear, and that he may be an intergalactical being that can like step in and out of realities. So this being may be the same. It kind of like steps in and out of our reality because we only see 10% of reality. And that's a fact. On the gamma ray structure of like, we only see such a small fragment.
Yeah.
We don't see gamma rays, we don't see ultraviolet, we don't see Wi-Fi, we don't see shit. Like we can't see what even some animals see, which is also crazy. So in a state of shock, he pondered the creature. He never seen anything like it. It was all on fours and had back legs like of a large man. It had jet black fur and looked like a very large wolf. Other than that, the back legs and the human-like rump. So he's like, hey, he had a human-like ass, buddy. There was no tail. The profile of the head, stout, were of a wolf, and it didn't make a sound. All extremely fucking creepy fucking stories, man.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm glad to live the life I have.
I know, and not see some weird... Yeah, because one day I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to be in a bunker and be like, I saw the wolf, man. I saw him.
I'll be like, I'm good. Hey, buddy, here's a can of ravioli. Fucking eat, I guess.
I'm going to live in the bottom of a well, and then Billy's going to, once a day, bring me a can of beans that he lowers down in the well.
Oh, that is all I want to do, because every time I do it, I'll be like, beans, what the fuck?
And then you just hand me a mic down and be like, okay, I gave you your research, and then there's pieces of paper you send down, and then we record while you're on the other side of the well.
I'll be all right. There you go.
Fuck.
I don't have that kind of a commitment, dude. I'm working. You're not gonna get food for a couple days, buddy. I hope you save those beans.
Alex shows up and he's like, Billy forgot about you. He's like, send me down green beans, the fucking green giant beans or whatever the fuck his name is.
Jolly Giant.
Yeah, the Jolly Green Giant. One witness claims the Dogman was stalking up the hill behind their house in late fall of 2001. So these stories are varying, different time errors. My stepdaughter and I were looking out of the French doors to see a creature. You have French doors, you're rich. Fuck you. Doors to see a creature, black in color, looking like a big bear with like almost like a hunch, and the head of a wolf. French doors are pretty expensive.
Yeah,
they are.
Doors are expensive anyway, but yeah.
Not the gateway to the doors in your mind, man. Those are free.
$1,000, but that's it.
Well, there was only a visual. That was only a visual, and this was in Cass County, Michigan. Residents experienced this supposedly, and they can still hear the splashing around 20 acres of swampland at night. So they're the same area. They saw this creature just like looking through the French doors. It's gotta be fancy with it.
Solid French door, frosted glass, $1,200.
Well, I guess that's not that bad.
Yeah, I knew they weren't that much. Average cost for French doors are anywhere between $300 and $3,000.
It's not terrible, I guess.
No.
I thought it'd be a little more.
There are doors that are like way more expensive than French doors. Because
French doors open like this.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that little fucking movement, whatever that was. You're right, yeah.
So that would be creepy as fuck, seeing creatures. So I guess around this area, other people have seen this, and they supposedly still hear out in the swampland at nights behind their house, even hear it shrieking. It has a scream. It has the scream of an infant, I guess, but loud and hysterical. Can you give me that? An infant that is loud and hysterical.
Is he laughing?
No, he's scared. He's screaming. He's in pain. Oh my god! If I heard that behind my house, I would shit myself. Also,
pretty close.
So
I did pretty close on that.
Let's bring it way back when. Back in 1860, in the Shawnee establishment, the Cayenne. It looks like Cayenne.
That is not shiny. I was like, I knew that wasn't the right word.
Cayenne established their own group of warriors. It's the Cayenne. It's literally spelled like Cayenne. So the Cayenne established their own. Yeah, own group of warriors known as the Dog Soldiers or Dogmen.
Damn.
Native Americans would spend years studying and becoming one with their spirit animal, talking on their mannerisms and strength of wolves or wild dogs. So they would copy and accentuate the way they speak because of this and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. That they like cool. Native Americans are dope when it comes to all the spiritual aspect stuff and worshiping animals. I always find it cool. So it's worth noting that while all the witnesses of these half dog, half man beast admit to feeling terrified, that there haven't been any known deaths or serious physical attacks attributed to the Dogman. It's not like the Boggy Creek fucking monster where he was fucking trying to kill that guy and he swiped him out of the way and fucked him up. Go back and listen to the episode because the episode is hilarious. And if you're from Arkansas, maybe don't listen to it. But but the fact there's no known attacks. But back in this, we go to other things. Nobody's really been attacked by Bigfoot. They say they have, but it may not be Bigfoot.
Probably, yeah. Something different. It's a little more feasible for sure.
This is thought to be because of an Indian belief, native belief, and indigenous belief that one must invite evil onto themselves. So, you have to invite that evil, or it just can't harm you. So you have to kind of invite that into your life.
Which seems dumb.
I know. One more small paragraph.
Yeah.
Clearly, the most obnoxious explanation is if one believes these creatures do exist, is that they are simply just undiscovered breed of wild dog, which I don't find too...
Honestly,
I didn't say... I meant... Let me redo that. I'll cut this. Clearly, the most obvious explanation is if one believes in these creatures that they do exist, is that they are simply an undiscovered breed of dog. Many have claimed that Dogman is actually a prehistoric wolf or similar to a coyote. Or a Kai dog.
You meant coyote, right?
No, but you know how there's those coyotes that breed with natural with wild dogs. Yeah. That's the theory.
And dinosaur dog, fuck that's
dinosaur dog. You fucking knows,
think of it though. If they're not that,
who knows?
They're not there's only two of them. They only. Oh, actually, never mind. My fun fact contradicts that.
Okay, great. Assuming these sightings are genuine, it's also possible that normal creatures of abnormal size are being misidentified, or that multiple creatures are being wrongfully labeled as the same creature. These theories would account for most of the witnesses describing a wolf-like animal, yet every so often someone claims it looks like a massive, malformed member of the bear family. So who fucking knows what this actually is? We had a fan shout out this topic. Actually, you have to pay if you want me to say your name because you mentioned before. I'm just joking, but that
he hasn't paid yet.
Yeah, go join the Patreon with everybody else, and you can fucking get your name shouted out. But the fact that fans, honestly, if you have ideas for topics, we will discuss them because this was a fan idea, and we dove deep, as deep as you can because there's levels to this shit, bro. When it comes to cryptids, man, there's
I know who this was. I remember him posting this.
There's so many shit to do with cryptids. And I think cryptids are such a fun topic because
they are. I enjoy them.
It's so fucked up and weird, and who knows if it's true? What are these people seeing? Are people just tripping out and having mass hysteria? But it's time.
Time for fuck's sakes, Billy. Back to this. Hey!
Pew 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 pew.
That was not the best. Okay, so I thought I'd stick it to dogs today. Did you know I got 3 different ones for you, and the last one's gonna be the worst. Did you know that a dog's nose print is so unique and detailed that it's pretty much identical to a human fingerprint? Everyone has a different one.
I swore, I don't know if it was you that told me that, but I swore I heard that before. That their imprint.
I didn't learn that long ago. So
I feel like I've heard about that before.
Okay, so secondly, it is illegal to own dogs in Iran.
What?
They're
They're street dogs?
They're considered garbage animals, and you will get fined.
I thought you were gonna consider they're considered food, so you can't own one as a pet.
Oh damn! All right, this is the biggest one. This is fucking nuts. Dogs can produce like wildfire. One female and one male dog, along with their offspring, can produce 67,000 dogs in just 6 years.
What? If they just keep fucking?
Yeah. Between like just one male and female, give it 6 years, and you let all the offspring keep fucking each other. Yeah. Because it doesn't take long, right?
Fucked, man.
They're only pregnant for like 2 months at a time, right?
That's so crazy.
Or sorry, not 2 months, 4 months at a time. And then they produce a litter of like 8 or 9, and then every 8 or 9 has 8 or 9, and then yeah, in about 6 years' time, it says 67,000. I kind of want to do the math on that though. I read that, but like I'm gonna do quick math on that.
That's crazy.
Let me quick double fact check that. Let's say every single one has 9. You get 9 puppies, and then in 4 months you get another. Okay, so 6 years, 12 times 6. We're doing this math live. 72 months. Divided by 4 is 18 pregnancies throughout the whole thing. You get 18 times 9 is 162 dogs that can get pregnant in those 18 months. So 162 dogs getting pregnant 18 times each. Yeah, it doesn't quite. I got like 26,000 in 6 years. I don't know how the 67,000 came up, but
that's
whatever.
Fucked.
It is what it is. Obviously, it's on a site. They obviously have a calculation for it somehow, but that's crazy. That's
well, I know you guys love
got
us,
like 26,000,
and we love you. Honestly, to support us, the best way is buy fucking merch, man. I'm gonna start slowly. Like we have a lot of designs on the page, but I'm gonna start fucking around and doing some designs. My friend did suggest we should do. You know how I have that meme of the guy from Ancient Aliens, where he was like aliens. You know, I have that one that's like reptilians as my face. So I might put my face, but we're gonna actually, if the fans want to, if the fan wants to rep our face, eventually I'm looking at this year doing a design of like me and Billy's face cartoonized, almost like almost like a what are those like funny portraits they do? The fucking caricatures. I want a t-shirt with me and Billy and both of our kind of personalities meshed into a. So I'm looking at talking to people about doing that. But the best way to support us is support our merch and wear it. And like I even went to I got to shout them out because they asked me to. Tokyo Smoke asked me to shout them out because that's where I get a lot of my weed from and our products, and we encourage people to enjoy cannabis on this podcast. Much as Billy doesn't, CBD is good for Billy if he took it. Like, if you just want to do CBD alone, it's good. But Tokyo Smoke asked us to shout them out. They were a good.
What did Tokyo Smoke give you?
They gave me a sticker.
They did not deserve that shout out.
I know, but they were asking about like the podcast and stuff like that, and because they saw my shirt. So honestly, the more people that see our shirt and our merch and stuff like that is the more way you reach out. But also join Patreon too, because we have things in the work. Especially, we're going to start getting more video equipment and stuff like that, where if you're watching the YouTube, we will be getting into this one day. Me and Billy and Alex will probably maybe it will play. Maybe Izzy will get on it. We'll play the Illuminati card game. Yeah, so we'll play that. We want to do stuff like that. We want the Patreon to be engaging, and we will eventually get there. Billy's been busy. I've been busy. Life happens, but we're trying to do as much content and push out as much shit for the fans as we can because we love you and we know you.
That was a boring PSA. Anyways,
gotta shout it out, man.
We got it out, and now we love you, and it was still good. And then we'll do probably another one later with different stuff. But you listen anyway, so you're appreciated.
Yep.
Bye.
Love you.